We're learning more about what happened the day a little boy died in a hot car. We now have an audio recording reportedly from the contracted DHR worker who's accused of leaving 3-year-old Katoria Starks Jr. in her car for hours. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Guy Rawlings.
And I'm Brittany Decker. The child's family, who hired an attorney, says the worker called to apologize. KJ, as he was known, was found dead last week after a visitation with his dad.
WVTM 13's Magdala Lusant spoke with the family's attorney today. Joins us now. What did you learn, Magdala?
So, Guy, I spoke with Courtney French, who is representing KJ's estate and the family, and he tells us, with permission from the family, he shared the recording with me and says it's the contract worker who has since been fired from Covenant Services. And I listened to this 3-minute clip from the call, though, in which she says that she forgot the little boy was in the back seat. Now, she has not been charged, she has not been identified, and we've chosen to disguise her voice. Katoria Starks Jr.'s family wants answers. The 3-year-old died in a hot car while in the care of a DHR contract worker. Courtney French represents the family.
And that's what we just can't understand. How did she not know? How did she not know from 9 o'clock in the morning until when she picked him up until 5:30 that this child was in the car? How do you not know?
French shared a recorded phone conversation with us. He says it's KJ's dad and aunt speaking with the Covenant Services contract worker who's since been fired. She hasn't been charged with a crime and has not been identified, so we are disguising her voice.
I got sidetracked and stopped off and got something to eat. And when I came out, instead of going to the left to the daycare because I got called and said I didn't have a case, and I instantly said in my head, well, I'm done for the day and go home. I'm truly. And so it's sorry it's not even enough to express how bad I feel. I'm so sorry for your family. I'm so sorry for your family. That was not my intention. I promise you I wouldn't have done it to your son.
This baby died in a car. He suffocated. He didn't have no help, no nothing. You got the child safety locks on the doors. You didn't think to look in the back seat?
No, ma'am, I did not.
French says the little boy was in the hot car from 12:30 to 5:30.
On this day, on the 22nd of July, the heat index was about 100, between 108 and 109 degrees. That's outside of the car. KJ was 3 years old. He's verbal. In fact, he had the ability and knew how to unfasten the car seat. But what we discovered tragically is, although he could get out of the car seat, she had the child-proof locks on the car. There was no way for him to get out of the car and to open the door.
We went to the employee's house. No one came to the door. I also called her and left a voicemail. No response.
Is there a possibility that KJ could have been dead well before 5:30?
Well, so one of the other important pieces of evidence that we're waiting for is the coroner's final report. And so there will be an autopsy, or there has been an autopsy performed. And so part of the forensic pathologist's job is to actually to determine the cause of death, the manner of death, and the actual time of death.
So today I spoke with State Representative Patrick Sellers. He wants to see this contracting company, Covenant Services Incorporated, held accountable. He is saying he wants to see another level of oversight, accountability, and transparency. So here's a list of the things that he would like to see. In an urgent call to action is what he's calling it, Sellers wants to see an investigation into the third-party company's internal policies, safety protocol. He has plans to lead legislative efforts in the next session to create penalties for individual negligence and systemic lapses. He wants to see mandated rigorous vetting, safety training, and a requirement for real-time tracking and checkpoints with transporting children under DHR care.
requiring real-time tracking of when there's transportation takes place, of GPS, check-in points, all of those kinds of things. If that would have been in place to where the transporter would have been able to check in or had to check in, so she transported the child from the daycare to see the father, the biological father, then you're going to transport the child back to the daycare. So where's the checkpoint?
And I followed up with Birmingham Police today to find out if they had any new update in this case, and they tell me they have no new information to share. Now this week, KJ's family will be holding a candlelight vigil for him on Friday, and then on Saturday will be KJ's funeral. We're live in Birmingham. I'm Magda Lusant, WVTM 13.